Welcome back to the show, you beautiful people. You are watching Empathy is Money, and I'm your host, Namdi Okorafo. You have reached the right place if you're trying to find out more information about NFTs, all about use cases of NFTs. NFTs are the new hype. It's all about NFTs. What do NFTs do for us? It gives ownership, it grants ownership rights to everything that we're putting on the internet. The first layer, companies who anyway, before we get into that, I want to talk to you guys about empathy. Empathy, if you watch my show, you would know that I'm all about empathy. My companies are named with empathy in there because I strongly believe that anyone who's doing business with empathy wins. The world is in short supply of empaths, and I want to lend my voice to encourage us to think of social enterprise, what they call compassionate capitalism. These words are cliches, or they sound like just taglines, but I really believe in it, and I think that those days of ripping people off or trying to make fast money at the expense of your customers, those days are gone. There's abundance, and we can all win together. You don't have to tear down somebody else's skyscraper in order for yours to stand. Let's all encourage others, encourage everybody around you. Uh, do business because you really want to provide quality service, or you want to provide a quality product to your customers, not just because you want to make a quick buck. Anyway, that's enough preaching for that. Let's dive right into the topic of the day. The topic of the day is all about NFTs. NFTs make the internet as we know it, um, it introduces property ownership, property rights into the internet as we know it. That's a lot of words, but if you get it, if you understand that, given that the internet as we have it now, the big companies that have dominated Web 2.0, Google, Facebook, Amazon, they're the gatekeepers and they're collecting all our data. We, the generators of that data, are not benefiting from it. They're offering us teasers like free platform where you can post your pictures, and Google is offering us a teaser. It's like they're giving us handouts. Meanwhile, we should be equal partners in this deal where they are using our data to make money with ads, and they're not giving us a cut. So non-fungible tokens solve that problem, and here's how. If you understand that every time that you share your picture on Instagram, and the terms and conditions, it gives Instagram or Facebook, which is the owner of Instagram, the right to monetize that picture that you or that image that you posted there, and they don't have to give you a cut. Okay, so but meanwhile, crypto is unlocking a different way, what I call the ownership economy. It's a broader solution that will power the next generation of internet, the Web 3.0, which is built, operated, and owned by users directly. NFTs or non-fungible tokens make it possible for creators to retain ownership or property rights to the content that they put out. That content can be images, videos, audio, whatever file that you place on the blockchain, which is an open ledger that can be accessed by the public. NFTs have the potential to invert the ownership model of these files that you've put on there, offering creators, their audiences, and developers who build them a viable alternative to platform driven monetization. A simple way to think about NFTs are files that live on the blockchain, which basically means that they're non fungible, they're immutable, they can't be copied, edited, deleted, or even altered in any way. There's an open log of the creator of that file, of that content, and everything about it, the properties. It's all open and available to the public. And every time someone trades it, you know, we know everybody can see it. And just because of the unique property or feature of NFTs, which allow the original creator to retain rights to the royalties, They keep getting paid every time. Matter of fact, every time that that piece of content is shared on the internet, the original content creator is gonna get a cut. So NFTs literally break it just inverts the whole thing. Imagine like we're over here trying to figure out how to monetize likes on Instagram. NFTs is the solution. Okay. So I believe that we're well on our way to NFTs becoming the port of entry for every piece of media on the internet. It includes both 3D and 2D audiovisual, text-based work, uh, articles, blogs, 3D work, whatever the case may be. You can monetize it. This is basically going to pull all of us forward into a future that allows every a person who interacts with a piece of content on the internet to be a stakeholder. With the creator, the audience, the developer can all make more money in a marketplace built around true digital proprietorship. So to explain it even further, um, like every new um, space, even when Bitcoin came around 10 years ago, first people were like, okay, we're going to just like we're going to trade it and speculate on it and try to make a quick buck on it. But then as it lasted longer and longer and people studied the source code of Bitcoin and they tried several times to infiltrate it and destroy it and they failed, they're like, oh, okay, this actually has work, it can hold value. Now, like it's turning into the digital gold over time, over a span of 12 years. I think NFTs on its first inning. Like we're just like barely scratching the surface of the potential of NFTs. Yes, they're speculating with it right now. Beeple sold a piece of artwork of for $69 million to Metacoven. So I think that's the bubble. Just that speculative aspect is the bubble because there's a lot of minted NFTs right now that ain't worth nothing. But the underlying promise of the of tokenized non-fungible property is what I consider revolutionary. Yeah, you can collect it right now. NFT market is what I consider reflexive, because first you speculate the value, and um, cryptocurrencies and traditional art are currently what we're using NFTs for, but eventually it's going to find its way into other sectors of the economy. Um, so where are we headed? What kind of use cases do I see evolving in the NFT space? I think NFTs will eventually become the port of entry for all media because if you think about, I've been looking into domain names. Unstoppable Domains is one of them where you can buy um, Ethereum names service, ENS, for on or domain names on the Ethereum blockchain. I think those are undervalued right now because if you think about keywords and the way ranking keywords, a lot of them are still available on the ENS. So, like best cup of coffee is still available. Best cup of coffee.eth, coffee drink.eth is still available. So, and I think that if ETH is going to be the fabric of Web 3.0, we need to be buying those ENS at this point because imagine when people write articles or create content, or maybe Amazon scale is the what you call it, the AI is looking for the best cup of coffee near me. If you have that ENS, you can insert it into an article that gets picked up by Siri or Google Voice or whatever, and boom, they point traffic to your listing. Anyway, that's one use case. Another use case that I thought about is like because NFTs allow you to tie people's credentials, their birth certificate, their identities. You can put it all in this token, and they can use it to gain access into different places where so think of identities for um what you may call it identities for like gym membership. Say for instance, I even thought about how is it that people like to go to the gym and they generate energy, they generate value which I find to be wasted every time they spend time at the gym. So you could imagine if you have a token once you get on that electronic equipment, say a spin cycle, for instance, you insert your token or you have an ID that you swap over, you swipe it and it records your token. And every time you're cycling on the spin cycle, you're generating rewards in those tokens that are that have value. It could be like a tradable token on the open market, on the crypto market, and you're generating money. You're basically making money to work out. And if for the way we're able to store that value is on as an NFT. So that's another possibility of how we can. I haven't fleshed out that idea very well, but it occurred to me that we can get paid to work out. You know, because everything that we do, we spend our time as human beings. There's got to be a way to monetize it, and NFT is going to play a huge role. And in a way, we can capture that, place it on the blockchain. It's immutable, and we can assign value to it. We can assign value to that, what that thing generates. And if it's even like a kinetic energy to electricity or power, equipment spin cycle. So every time you're pedaling, you're generating power that's being stored in a bank, and you're also getting paid for it. So that's one of the ideas. I've seen there's records of new marketplaces popping up where creators can mint NFTs and connect with collectors. Um, VCs are also buying AI generated artwork for their portfolios. The decentralized blogging platform, called Miro, recently crowdfunded for $13,000 for an essay. Uh, this is all happening despite the fact that it's still fairly, new. People don't really like. Okay, think about Decentraland. I was just looking at one piece of lot. There's like $8,000 was the cheapest one. So I believe in the virtual space. I believe that there's people who have already like created big museums, and I listened to an interview of Metakovan. He said that is currently working with some architects to digitize, to to place, um, to build a museum on Decentraland and place that his art, that Beeple's art that he bought in there, but he's going to blow it up so big so that people can see it. He believes in the fact that, and it's something that I also agree with, that artwork should be seen. The old world where artwork was hidden in some port, some dark room somewhere, and it was exclusive, is just a backward mindset. We have to bring all that art out into the digital space where everybody can appreciate it. And I appreciate art. I don't appreciate all of them, but I know the type that I like. But we should have all that art available. And in addition to art, there's so much more that NFTs can unlock for us. So I'm all for this, yo. This is the content I wanted to bring you guys. I encourage y'all to dig deeper into the NFT space and learn with me. And I'll bring you guys whatever I find out. Whatever if there's anything else you want me to share, leave it in the comment. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.